learned to an election. Live in the hills, but I still get a spread. Started with a little, but I still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel like a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down, hold it down, we gon' get it. Working.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watch list coming into June 29th, 2020, and the stock market is going to go crazy this week. Yes, it is. I'm usually always excited about the market, and I always think it's going to go crazy. However, we have a lot of stuff that we are coming off of the heels from. I don't know if I said that phrase right, but nonetheless, it is very important. We had a very, very big down day, 730. We broke support levels. We're at 300, but we also have a bunch of events from coronavirus and second wave. We had the Fed and the stress test. We had the social media companies and more development to that, as well as now a lot more stuff this week. Some economic data points that could be interesting, like balance of trade for the United States, and also the Fed and Jerome Powell, baby. He's going to come back again this week, so I hope you're ready. It is going to be exciting. We have a lot to talk about, so I got the keys. I have a lot of plays, actually, too. We made a lot of plays on. That's why I'm also excited, too. We have a lot of plays, so I hope you're ready. I got the keys. I got all that, so let us not delay. You guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It's the first link in the description, and it is pinned in the comments. We better see you there in the morning. It's free $99. It costs you nothing to join. YouTube.com/thestockmarket. You can post the plays, see the plays, watch the watch list come to light. You can even meet a bunch of people whose favorite rapper is above the age of 69 or at 69. It's really complex. But all jokes aside, I need your help. The most important thing you need to do, post your watch list below and source that info, okay? I need your assistance. This is the random account. What we do every Monday, I need you to post a random option play. I'm going to spend maximum $100. Post a specific option play. Company, date, strike price, all of that. We're going to do a random comment generator and pick a random trade and trade it. So this is what we were doing. I should have took profits on these. We're still holding them from the last 3 weeks. So please, please, please post that below and be specific and source that info. But right off the bat, the first thing we need to talk about is everything. The first thing I would say to watch out for is we had a big Friday. Remember, we had a big day also throughout the beginning of the week. But if we get a down Friday, down Monday, we haven't seen that in a while. So you guys remember when that used to happen a lot more. It is an important metric in my mind because it kind of shows how Wall Street and investors feel, more or less a sign of investor confidence. So we haven't seen it in a while, so that tells you something, but we will watch tomorrow. But over the weekend, there was a few more developments. The first thing was kind of the second wave, more closures and a little bit of the walkbacks. Again, some people have been halting or the numbers have going up. Again, there's the gap has been widening between people who are even more scared about the second wave and then the people who really don't even care. But that is going to play a factor in it tomorrow. We'll see what news comes out, if there is any more walkbacks, closures, anything of that nature. But now you also have the results from the stress test. I made a play on banks. We'll go over that. That was important, and that could add some volatility to the market. But then you have the ad apocalypse 2.0. Starbucks was the latest company to pull from that. But remember, we saw that throughout the week on the biggest days we've seen last week. It all had to really occur with the days you saw big social media stock sell-off. So watch those companies. But I think all of this combined, if this gives us a sour Monday and leads to that down Friday, down Monday, we will see what is going to happen. Now, I will give you the kicker. We're watching TLT. We're watching the bonds. I'm expecting volatility. Again, I think it's going to be a pretty crazy week with some of the stuff we have happening. However, I think we'll see some weakness in the market, but I'm expecting a fairly good month, or at least to see real volatility come towards the end of the month, coming in more towards August instead of happening beginning end of June, early July. But again, now we're going to see the end of the month happen this week. So we have 2 more days of June. Watch the end of the month and beginning of the month. That usually sees stuff. We've been seeing that rebalancing stuff people have been talking about. So keep your eye on everything, but you have a lot of competing factors, and this has been something we've been constantly talking about and observing, so watch out for all that. But we know what to watch for, and we have signals, so watch if there is a change in dollars and bonds. I'm going to show you that when we get to the plays, but So you could kind of get how I'm looking at it broader. Keep that in mind, but there is some short-term stuff now. So even for the rest of the week, you're going to get more real estate data, pending homes, all of that. We will get manufacturing, PMIs, and other stuff. I think that's Tuesday or Wednesday. You're going to get Powell Tuesday or Wednesday, and then you're also going to get the minutes. So he has a speech or a testimony. I'm not sure if it's in Congress or not, but we're going to hear from Powell and then the Fed minutes, and then you get United States balance of trade. That could be important. We might even get a macroeconomic lesson out of it, but you're going to get the non-farm payroll. So that's going to happen. You've seen kind of how some of the jobs reports, it's kind of been a mixed bag lately, but usually the market has done good. So we will see. And that's why I'm saying watch for volatility, watch for weakness, but it will really, really be a lot for this to be the final blow. But we will take a look, but I'm expecting a little bit more time. And that's what I think the bonds are telling me, but we still have a lot of opportunity to trade stuff because of this news. And then some of that more specific stuff like the social media stocks and all of that. So I hope you are ready, but that is pretty much it. Let us get into the plays. Right off the bat, I have a few different plays. I flipped the coin on it midday. I want to go bigger on it, but I flipped the coin again. It told me no, so I'm comfortable with this position. I got time. It is giving me a lot of the Spotify vibes that we got a month ago. There was the Joe Rogan deal. It's something of that nature, but Kanye West signed an exclusive 10-year deal to release Yeezy brand. We don't really know yet, and they didn't disclose too much, but exclusively through Gap. So Gap shot up. I don't know much about the deal. They didn't disclose a lot there, but the one thing I like out of all of it is that Kanye got paid in shares. So he has some sort of incentive in this. I like it, but we bought a play. I'll go over that. We're holding those. We have a lot of plays that we made, so I'm going to cover those, but I'll just go over them now for some continuity's sake. But I grabbed these. I grabbed two different kinds. I grabbed like 3 or 4 on the small account, but I got the 45s at 15. But then I bought 100 of these, so I spent $1,200 for the Gap January 40 call. So this is pretty crazy. They're up there, but like I said, this is like the Joe Rogan deal. They signed somebody. Again, if it leads to another one, because remember, Spotify went on a crazy rampage, but I think this could do a lot. Yeezy's brand is very, very valuable. It's kind of interesting all around, but we will see. Again, it took Spotify a month to make that whole move, so that is why I have time. I'm going to be patient, but I like it. So I got the 40s and the 45s, but the biggest position here is on the 40s. So we're going to be holding that one and riding that one through. And then the next play I'm going to be looking at, we saw this Friday. It came out. Some people, they got like on a government list or something a few days. It went crazy, but VXRT. So it shot up overnight. It was up at like $13. It was at $6 before that, and then at like $2. But one of these biotech stocks, it's cheaper. I flipped the coin on this throughout the day every time, and it said no. So I'm going to be watching this, not really because I know too much about it, but you've seen how we've played all these biotech stocks. It's cheap. I'd want to go in on shares on it. So I'm going to be watching this one, but I am a little bit more sketched out about it. However, I'm going to be watching those, and that is one of the plays that I'm not in, but I am going to be eyeing tomorrow. Again, I want to see what the market does and how they behave, because when the market sold off, they kind of gave up with it. So watch for rotations, laggers, leaders, all that. But there is that. And then finally, I'm thinking about a spot triple dip. So a lot of people have sent me this rumor from an anonymous messaging board website, but people are saying that Spotify is getting ready to launch their streaming platform, that a lot of people, like even Ninja and these Twitch people, are going to go on there. They're even saying that Amazon is going to get sued, and Twitch and Spotify, and that it's some drama, but we will see. But Spotify could be a decent play. Remember, we had those 260s. We are all out of that. I sold that last one at like 600-ish bucks. So I will have to see for the triple dip. The only thing is, it hasn't really came down. All it has done is gone up, decayed some contracts, and went up. So keep that in mind, but we will see if there is even some weakness. But watch for that news. It is a rumor. It's a very, very unreliable rumor, so we will see. I was showing you guys this and how it decayed. Yeah, this is awkward. But finally, the last thing I'm going to be looking for, I made a play on it. We got AstraZeneca. If you guys remember, we talked about that last week. Again, that is another one of those biotech type stocks. They got a deal, or they got rumored of the deal. I forgot what it was, but remember, they came down a little bit, but they've had their talks. They've been in the talks a lot with everything. So I grabbed 10 of these $65 calls at 55 cents for August on AstraZeneca, but I like them. But everything else, I'm going to be watching the social media stocks, both Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. Again, we did make a big trade on Twitter as well. So I even sold that put on Facebook that I'm down on. So I'm losing on that one. You guys remember I sold that at like 200. It's worth like 1,000 or something. So we got clapped. But I bought 600 of these September 13 puts on Twitter. Going to be playing all of them, even looking at Snap in the middle of all of it. I think when you see all these companies pull like it happened with Google in 2016, it could be bad. So I am going to be watching Google, Facebook, Snapchat, all of them. I want to see the winners and losers. And then finally, made a few more plays over the week. Or on Friday, we got Wells Fargo, September 17.5 puts. I got time, bank stocks. I talked about it. I want to get that ready. I'm still looking at that, but I want to just see how they react because they have been reacting from some of the good and bad news that has been compounding. So keep your eye on for them. And then finally, I got 2 Boeing next week, 200 calls at 76 cents. Boeing had like the test flight, news of the test flights. They popped up a little bit, but then they pretty much got clapped with the market. But we will see. I'm going to be quicker to sell those off. Then the rest were just some weeklies, and I did get a next week SPX put for $90 just in case we did get volatility, and hopefully you guys see that. I don't think it's the big one. I could be wrong. Anything could happen, so I'm setting up these little place markers at points or scattering the seeds more or less, but not getting too jumpy. But then bread and butter is really going to come from swing trades, and then as we get real timing from some of the signals that we have. And then finally, I have all the other stocks I'm going to watch, but take a look at TLT. Hasn't snitched just yet. It's at an important part, so this is why I'm looking for that down Friday, down Monday. We will see, but watch the 10-year, and again, watch how it moves. Does the market go up when bond yields go up? Does the market go down when bond yields go down? These are what you want to see. Remember that divergence that we talked about. So there is that. Finally, the other plays, like we said, Boeing, GPS, Spot, all the social media stocks. I'm going to be looking at Vaxart. Watch IRM and O. They caught my attention again. You're going to get more real estate stuff, but people have been talking about some negative signs in the real estate market, mortgages, all that, even commercial real estate, but we haven't really seen any bad news from any of the REITs. But think about what happened with the banks. So banks are getting restricted, dividends, all that. The REITs are an interesting target, and their designation makes it a very interesting situation. So we will see, but going to be watching those maybe more for bad news, or if there's a trade, going to be watching INO. We still got our shares in there. Still watching Myrna as well, too. Just watch for any of these. Again, any of the biotech stuff. It's in its own little world. Let's see if that continues. INO, NVAX, Myrna, all that. Still in those Myrnas, still in those DraftKings. They got clapped. Insiders even sold a bunch of shares. We're up like 400 or 500% on those plays. So I'm holding them. I want to see if they really drop in the morning. I might sell one of the 5 or 3 that I have to make it free, then ride it out there. But gonna keep an eye on that. That play's been working out good, and there's been showing a lot of weakness. But the contracts have gotten a little bit more expensive than AstraZeneca, Wells Fargo. And like we said, TLT. Watch the dollar as well. That could be a feedback. But again, TLT's at an interesting point. It's kind of getting some steam. So see now how it reacts at this level. This could be very, very telling. And, draw a line through where it's been. We are at an important spot. So I have my thesis. I have my longer term that I'm looking at in the calendar. But at the same time, we are at an interesting level. Let's see how tomorrow plays out. And I hope you guys are ready. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you in the game. The balances need to be controlled. Remember, you only need a little with options. It starts with a little. Don't try to get vengeance. Don't try to make it back. Relax. Let it come to you. Don't force it. Don't put too much feelings in it. Just control the budget, baby. The Colt loves you. I love you. I'm going to see you in the morning. Let's go.